Welcome to the Great Managers MasterClass on networking for success. Now, networking is a very important business skill, and most professionals don't do enough networking. I want you to think about business and work being about relationships, and networking is very important for that. So networking will help build your relationships, and it will also really hone your relationship building skills. So it's a great way to practice your skills. So what I'm going to show you in this masterclass today will help you understand the do's and don'ts used by successful networkers, so the power skills of networking, if you like, and it will also give you a process to follow so that you feel more prepared and more confident when you're networking. And in our session today, I'm going to cover three things. I'm going to cover the before, during, and after process to make networking a success. What to say after you've said hello. This is an area that a lot of people struggle with, so we'll have a look at what to say after you've said hello, and also some simple strategies to make people warm to you when you're networking. We'll start by looking at a system for success. So let's have a look at what you need to do before, during, and after so that you can be more successful with your networking. So I'd like you to grab a pen and take lots of notes as we go through today, because the more notes you take, the more you're likely to remember it, and you'll think, oh, I'll just apply that tip. So we're going to start with what to do before the event. So the first thing to do before the event, obviously you've looked at the event you're interested in going, I want you to set yourself a goal. So think about, what do you want to achieve from going to this event? And it might be, for example, to meet 2 other people, just something like that, a simple goal. Or you might want to meet a particular person. So think about who might be there, other industry people, or who might be of interest to you. You might even want to meet the speaker that's at the event, and you get the opportunity to do that as well. So that's the first thing, set a goal for yourself. The second thing is to work on your introduction. So this is how you'll introduce yourself. You want this to be quite succinct and you want it to flow. So this would be your role, your organisation or your business, and this is what we call the elevator pitch. So it really only needs to be about 30 seconds long, and it's how would you introduce yourself in a professional and friendly way. And have a little practice, do a bit of rehearsal with that. Next thing to do is to get informed. So this might be about the event itself or the group who's holding the event. It could be about the speaker, so have a look them up online and see what they're all about. And it also might be get informed in terms of current affairs. So what's happening out there in the world? So something to talk about, because often we need a little starting conversation there, and it's good to lead in with that. Think about what you're going to wear and dress the part. So there's horses for courses here in terms of networking events. Some of them are quite casual, some of them very professional, and it's important that you're dressing the part for that. Now here's something that I try to do. I actually try to eat before I go to the event. I try not to go to a networking event hungry, because it's much easier to talk to people when you don't have food in your mouth. And it's really hard when you're starving at a networking event and you're looking at every waiter walking by trying to grab a morsel of food rather than thinking about who are you talking with. So I usually try and have something to eat before I go wherever I can. Take your business cards with you. It's a part of our ritual of connecting with others. And be on time. It's much harder to break into groups once the event is underway. So once you're there, these are some tips to get started. First thing is to put your name tag on the right-hand side of your jacket or your clothes. Now, the reason that I'm suggesting this is it makes it easier for people to see your name and remember it when you're shaking hands. So this is a natural thing. A lot of people don't think about this. So name tag on the right-hand side. Take the lead in terms of introducing yourself. Many people are shy. So you be the one to step forward and say hi and introduce yourself. Talk to a number of people. So don't stay with the colleagues or your colleagues or people you know. Mingle. That's what you're there for. And a lot of people, I've seen this recently, go to a networking event and you just stay with the people you know for the whole time. It's very important that you mingle around. Invite people to join you. So say you're standing talking with someone in a pair and you see someone else standing on their own, invite them in to join you. And this also helps you be able to move away from that pair if you want to as well, because it sometimes can be you can get stuck talking to the one person. But if you invite someone in to join you, then you can get that conversation started, and then you can excuse yourself and move away as well. So be that friendly person who invites other people in and makes them feel comfortable. When you're talking with people, look for common interests. So you can think about the 6 degrees of separation here. So chances are you will know someone in common, or you'll have an interest in common. So think about other people you might know in the industry, that sort of thing. And this is about connecting you with that other person. Once we find our common interests, it's much easier for us to connect in with others. And hand out your card to appropriate people, but not to everyone. So I guess you've probably seen card sprayers like I have, who just the first thing they do basically is hand out their card to you, and you know that's all they're there for, is to spray their card around to everyone, and that does not create a positive first impression. So let's look at our don'ts now, what not to do during the event. Now here's what to do afterwards. First thing to do is to write something on their business card so you can remember them. So I usually write the date that I've met them and what event it was that I met them at, and I also write something about them. So it might be something they've told me about themselves. So, that might be that, they've got 3 kids, or it might be that they live somewhere, something like that. Or it might even be something physical about them. I might say, that was the woman with the brown hair, brown eyes, or something like that, so that I can remember them. It's like a little memory tag for myself. The next thing to do is to follow up with people that you've met who you'd like to keep in contact with. And the best way to do this is either send them an email or connect up via LinkedIn. A lot of people do this now on LinkedIn, and it makes it so easy to network with people using things like LinkedIn. But don't use your online networking as a substitute for your face-to-face networking. That's never beats meeting someone face-to-face. The other thing afterwards is to think about ways you can add value. So think about what you talked about, think about what you could do for them. So sometimes it might be sending them an article. So I've done that with people. It's like we've been having a chat about something, follow up by, it might be sending them an article, it might be introducing them to someone who might be of interest, or it might be inviting them to something else that you're going to that, is similar to what you have been to there. So thinking about that, how could I add value to this person? This is the new way of networking. It's about giving rather than getting. And it's really important to keep in contact with them if you want to build that relationship with them. So this is just over a period of time, some touch points. For example, you could send them a card at Christmas time or for their birthday, because this will come up if they're on LinkedIn, their birthday will come up, and that's a great way of making contact as well. So just a few little tips like that could make all the difference in terms of connecting in with these people. So let's have a look now at what to say after you've said hello.